What's up, you guys? This is your girl Essence, and you're riding the wave of Wisdom in Red, where we are encouraging people to live life through the words and spirit of Christ. Also, I'm a contributor and writer over at growthehiccup.com, so head on over there and check out what is on the article menu. I am hoping that this will record because I've tried to record this before, and for whatever reason, it keeps bringing up an error on a microphone. So I don't know. Hopefully you guys will get this go round. I want to actually bring up the topic of obey, submit, the things that people don't like to talk about, namely women. I wanted to actually bring this up because I want us to kind of get a really good perspective, one particular perspective on the word obey and on the word submit, because to me they're kind of synonymous, because if you're obeying, you're submitting to something, right? But in this, let's take a look at when God says to remember the things that he's brought the Israelites out of. He constantly told the Israelites, remember how I brought you out of the land of Egypt. Remember how I did this. Remember how I did that. He was saying that not to say, look what I did for you. You know how people want to throw it in your face. Like, I did this for you and you're treating me like this. That's not what God was doing. Because if you notice how he'll say to remember what he's done, he follows up with saying, so obey me. And so what's really a good, beautiful connection that we see God actually telling us is within these two things is remember all the victories that I've given you. And because we have a history of victory together, when you trusted me, when you did everything that you were supposed to do, that I asked you to do, that you had victory. So when we remember the things God's already brought us out of, when we remember all of the victories, then guess what? It's easy to obey because we know that we can trust him. Right? So when it comes now to the marriage, and that's what God is saying, like, obey him because you can trust me. So when we don't obey God, a lot of those times it's because we really just don't trust him. And it's because we're not meditating on who he is in our lives and what he's already done. And it removes a sense of loyalty from us, from God, and we fail God. And we sin and we move in our own understanding as opposed to his. So that we take that, what we've been doing against God of not trusting him. And a lot of us have many trust issues. So we take that into a marriage. And so when we see scriptures that say wives submit to your husbands, 9 times out of 10, we've been so disobedient already as wives, or excuse me, before we even became wives, we were disobedient to God. And so here it is. God is saying, look, trust me, because when you look in the concordance, you'll see different context of the word obey. And some of them say to comply or to attend, to be, it means like attentive hearkening or discerning, listening. And so if we first discern the man that God puts before us, then it's easier to submit to him because we've discerned according to the Spirit of God, which helps us to obey. If we first obey God, that means we've listened and discerned his wisdom in order to follow and obey what God is saying to do. And it makes it easy to submit then to a man that we know we have discerned before God, right? And he's proven himself. And for the husband, it puts the man in a situation when he's obeyed God first to say, now I have to be the type of man to where she can submit to me because she trusts me, because my wife has trusted God. I know that she knows that she can trust me. And if we don't have that type of trust in a marriage, then you get chaos. And there is a lack of trust. There is a lack of understanding. There is a lack of wisdom there, and there is often a lot of disobedience and separation within a union. So I'm just throwing that out there for us to re-examine the words obey and submit, that how they're really synonymous and they really click in line with remembering the victories we've had in God because we've trusted and obeyed him before. So when someone is asking you to obey them or to submit to them, they're saying, please trust me. Please trust me. When a man is wanting a woman to submit, he's saying, I have something. Hopefully, if we as the women have discerned right, they're saying, hopefully you can trust me, right? And it's for you to submit. So this is Wisdom in Red Radio.